It's going to be a short blog this week because I haven't got a lot to say. We're going to start on a happy note, and we're going to list the birthdays because they go on and on and on and on today. So, this week we have got Chris Lozano, Rob Kimmons, Diego Lima, Aaron Wilkinson, Jared Papazian, Jason Butcher, Grace Fern, Anne Strickland, Felipe Nova, Jeremy Humphreys and Louis. All of them are celebrating their birthdays this week, so I wanted to wish them a very happy birthday. I'm sure many of them won't be eating cake, but as it's now under 6 weeks, in fact, until my birthday, I can assure you I will be eating cake on mine. In that vein, in fact, we are approaching our 5-year mark of this blog. That'll be half a decade, and so I shall have something special planned for that as well. The other good news is that I can announce the Fighter of the Card award for the UFC on Fox 6. I didn't do a recap video for that, as I sometimes don't, but I'm pleased to say Ricardo Lamas, who won his match, he is my Fighter of the Card for that, and you can see in the opening credits how I did with the predictions and stuff like that. So there we are. UFC 156 predictions are uploading as we speak, so do check them out. My Belater supports for this week, we've got Patricky Pitbull, Riccardo Tialoni and Amir Killer. Those three are my supports for this week. The first two are on the main card as well. Updating on the forum, as you know, I have resigned as a moderator on Matt Hughes Forum, and I explained last week what has led me to that. I'm afraid things haven't improved there. That it's still going downhill, going downhill so fast. I don't actually know whether this will have a happy ending or whether I'm going to get banned. I hope not, but I might. You know, it is what it is, and if that happens, well, you know, fair enough, we'll mention it, but, you know, it's not as important as it was. That's one thing to remember, and the whole thing was voluntary. You know, I like to do voluntary work, and that was my voluntary work for the best part of 5 years, and so now I suppose I'm looking for voluntary work somewhere else as well. In that vein, in fact, I'm thinking now, and I'm working on standardization. You know, I've been here in Markenfield now for nearly a year. I've sort of experienced it in every season, even if we didn't have a good summer, and I'm trying now to get things standardised, so I've got, you know, proper schedules in place rather than things that were created when I first moved in. In line with that, I have launched several projects in the last couple of weeks. One of which is to do with the 5-year plan, and this is that I'm not job seeking at all, but I am thinking to myself, what do I want to do as a career? Because, you know, the job I've got at the moment, I don't know if that's sort of what I want to be doing, you know, in 30 years' time or not. This is a look into the future. This is a 20, 30, 40 year look into the future and see what I want to do. You know, there were plans at one point to emigrate. You know, is that worth investigating? And over this next year, what I want to do is I want to investigate these leads so that, you know, come a time when I do want to job search, I know a little bit more about what I'm doing. There's no rush. I'm here at Markenfield for, you know, the foreseeable future. My job's fine, and I have no particular want to change it or leave it or anything like that. But I am looking at my long-term future. And the other thing that I've done is move into a bit of a health kick again. This time I'm working things differently, and my main thing is about nutrition more than it is exercise this time. If I don't ask you to be a consultant on this project, please don't offer your advice. I know that sounds horrible, but you know, sometimes it motivates me and sometimes it just annoys me, so it's best not to. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be asking people who are qualified in this sort of thing, and I have contacts with people who are, that I'm not making the most of, which I should be, and that is sort of my plan as to what I'm going to do. The only other thing to mention is it looks like I should be going to Newark, in fact, to around Newark, to the Newark and Nottingham Showground early next month for my first bird show. That should be interesting. I'm not actually going to show any of my birds off. I'm going as a buyer more than anything, but that's going to be a fantastic day trip. Hopefully my sister's coming along to that as well, so I'll let you know about that. We also have a future visit lined up for Martin Brown, who I've been wanting to visit here for quite some time, and so that's coming up as well. More details on those things later. So now that I've told you everything there is to tell about this past week, I'll say goodbye until next week.